Center City's Fashion District Mall is being sold, and this is another mall that is now not going to be a mall anymore, or its owner is selling its shares because of some larger issues we're going to talk about in a second. There's a lot of things happening right now with some of these destination shopping locations that are no longer popular for consumers and people in the greater Philadelphia area. So if you get some value out of this, make sure to hit the bell for notifications, subscribe to the channel, or if you want to talk about your particular real estate needs, whether they're mall related or not, schedule a call with our team in the comments below using the link. So the PREIT, if you don't know what that is, it's the Philadelphia Real Estate Investment Trust. They filed for bankruptcy a couple weeks ago, and they are now going to be selling off their ownership in the Fashion District Mall down by Market East Station. And we know this is where the 76ers plan to build their new arena. I think it actually demonstrates why that's a great idea, because it's going to bring jobs at a destination that's not going to go away. That's a once-in-a-city attraction, having an NBA arena downtown where you can get public transportation. But now they've relinquished their ownership in the mall. And this is not the first time we've seen a mall get sold. The Exton Square Mall. I used to work there at American Eagle, by the way. The Exton Square Mall, they agreed to sell this in 2022, the same company, PREIT. And we've also seen the Granite Run Mall, where I think Clerks 2 was filmed there, Nick, if I'm not mistaken. That mall is also closed down. And what it says here is that all these resources have been invested in these shopping districts. And with the exception of the King of Prussia Mall, which is a destination mall in the country, if you notice, what's made that thrive is more restaurants, more mixed use. They have escape rooms there. They have other things that are attracting people besides shopping. These malls are now not what they used to be back in the 90s, 2000, 2010, when they were destinations to go shop. And we've got these large complexes that are just kind of sitting there, or their owners are selling them. So you can't turn every mall like they did down in Philadelphia in the Fashion District into an NBA arena. That's not going to happen. The owner of the Exton Square Mall, so what it looks like is happening there is that they did reach an agreement to sell the property. It's 1 million square feet, and it's only 50% leased, right? And this is in Exton. This is in the edge of Westchester and Downingtown schools, which is a really large population. And this was last year. This is in April of last year. Granite Run's been closed down for a while. There's like a movie theater that's still there. There's a restaurant, but there's not much else going on. And what's happening is these malls, unfortunately, that's been closed since, 2015. The Plymouth Meeting Mall looks like a ghost town. They have like Legoland in there and some other things. So all these malls, they're going to have a challenge ahead of them here. And I've got an idea that might be a little crazy, but what I would be looking at is how can you repurpose them for office space? How can you repurpose them for maybe restaurants or mixed use, where that are actually going to attract people wanting to come out? Because let's face it, most people do online shopping right now. Very few folks are going to the mall to buy clothes. Even Suburban Square's had some challenges with its retail tenants. And if you see what they've done there, they've turned it into more restaurants. They've had a number of restaurants move into what used to be retail space in Suburban Square along the main line. So these malls, what's happening is that people aren't using them anymore. So are they going to turn them into office space? Could they potentially turn it into some mixed-use residential properties where you've got commercial retail in one level, and maybe there's condos and townhomes built into these places? I know it may sound a little crazy, but one of the biggest challenges we have right now is affordable housing, and mixed-use properties like you see over at Malvern where Wegmans is, that has apartments, it's got mixed use, it's got some retail. That's the kind of place that's going to thrive right now. You're seeing other places get built where they have a residential component because there's not enough housing inventory. Then there's a commercial component that gets people wanting to show up and actually live there. So all these malls, I know this sounds a little crazy, if they were to loosen zoning laws up in the respective townships and municipalities, and they were to bring in mixed-use housing and then have restaurants come in, have places like escape rooms or maybe gyms, right? They create a complex and a place to live where people actually want to go there. There's a lot of opportunity. But them sitting vacant, like what we're seeing in Granite Run and other places that's located in media, is not going to be the best use for what's going on in our precious land that we have in the greater Philadelphia area. So I'd love some lawmakers to watch this. I'd love some people to reimagine how you can use these things. But the mall is dying. I don't even remember the last time I was at a mall. And if people don't start reinventing how they use them, because not every place is going to be like King of Prussia. Most of them are going to be like Granite Run, Exton, the Gallery, even Plymouth Meeting. You've got to find some other ways to utilize this space, because otherwise they're going to sit there vacant and they're going to crumble down and fall apart.